It was a cold, misty morning, or as misty as any morning could be when your resort is by the beach. We woke up at the crack of dawn and was told that we will be traveling to two places today. One was to hike up the mountain, and after that, maybe 2-3 hours later, we're going to a different island. We are in the islands of southern Philippines here. So there's a bunch of islands because the Philippines is an archipelago. So we were told it would take at least 2 to 3 hours to climb up that mountain. So y'all better haul your asses up there because we're on a strict schedule and the waves are unpredictable. So we have to go exactly at this time. So we hauled our asses up there. We got to the foot of the mountain. We paid for our entrance fees. We saw the stairs going up, and I was waiting for everyone to come. I had a backpack. I was wearing a backpack because I didn't know how hiking worked. I just knew that when you were in that island, you would climb that mountain. So I had a backpack where I would have a bottle of water, a camera, DSLR from work because I wasn't expecting to go back to the lodge after the camera trip. And I think I had a laptop for some reason. I don't remember if it was a laptop now. It's been a while. You've been awake for 20 hours now? I'll go to bed! My goodness! Thank you for popping in, Red. Sleep well, and I hope your school endeavors suit you well? Question mark? Do you well? Serve you well? Serve you well. A few stories that happened since the last time I've been here. Ooh, share with the class. We'll read them as we go. So, I don't know if it was a laptop, but I know it was something heavy. I don't know if it was tablet. I don't remember owning a tablet or holding a tablet at the time. But I remember those things specifically in my backpack. So we went climbing. This mountain specifically, the hiking trail for this mountain specifically, had like stairs. So it was pretty well developed. It was a pretty well developed and well used and well supported financially supported hiking trail. And it was a nature reserve specifically. So in terms of wildlife, there was a lot of monkeys and a lot of lizards. The monkeys specifically seem to have grown accustomed to humans because they technically respected. They didn't like openly maul every human they saw, but they weren't afraid of us. In the sense that they're used to humans giving them treats. It was common practice to bring like a bag of lollipops with you so that you can give them to the monkeys. You didn't even have to open a lollipop to unwrap. You didn't even have to unwrap a lollipop for them. They knew. Those monkeys knew. Exactly, lollipops. Giving them cavities. I think that's the least of their problems, I'll be honest. But definitely another one to that list. But yeah, so they knew how to unwrap lollipops. So that was something interesting to know. Tourists, in fairness, were rightfully frightened to get too close to them, and they would snatch the lollipop off out of your hands. They did move quickly, and just as quickly as they took it off your hands, as quickly as you blink, unwrapped lollipop. I have never seen that amazed me. Like, they had the grip strength to unwrap a lollipop no problemo, and it just made me wonder, why is it so difficult for me? Why is it so difficult to unwrap lollipops properly for me? Like, they freaking, I don't know if they just tear the plastic away, but no sooner did they get the lollipop was the wrapping gone as well. Like, I can't see fast enough to see what they're actually doing. But yeah, that was common throughout the climb. It's the climb. Terrible joke there. That was common through the climb. we had stairs, so apparently it was very good for like your your legs. I don't know, as much as anything, as much as climbing any stairs is good for your legs. And we just kept climbing and climbing and climbing, and I was done with my water bottle like 3 stations in. Freaking second station in, we took a seat in one of the waiting sheds, and I was out of breath. I was sweaty through my pits. I had my heart in my ears, and then there's like these two old men. I mean, they're not really old. They look very young for their age. In fairness, they're like in their early 40s, late 40s, early 50s. Not even out of breath. They were just looking at us. They were just waiting for us. They had their hands behind their backs, standing outside of the waiting shed, just waiting. Just looking out into the nature, basking it all in, just waiting. And like I am not built. I do not exercise as much as I should. 3 to 4 days ago, you got robbed and pushed to the ground by a random guy who, oh my gosh, how are you? Where were you? Were you with anyone? What did you lose? Did you lose your cars? Did you lose your identity things? Did you whatchamacallits? Yeah. Oh dear. Well, you're here with us now, so I'm assuming you're safe, and you found out your children's genders, so I'm assuming they're safe, but dang. Dang, Jess. Anyway, while Jesse is writing up their reply for that one, every other station we would take breaks because that's how much we needed the breaks. But some of the more well-built, like colleagues of mine, just not sped through really. They paced themselves faster than we did. Like the beats of their steps were faster than ours, and the gap kept getting wider and wider as we climbed, to the point that we just lost each other somewhere in between. Like at some point we made a turn and they were no longer in front of us. They were gone. They have climbed farther than we could see them. You were walking home alone. You lost a purse with 400 pesos in it. Ugh. And also some work documents. Ugh. My cards were left at home in my broken down piece of crap car. Blessings in disguise? Silver linings? Question mark? That's still terrible though. Oh my goodness. Did he not see that you're a pregnant lady? God dang. You robbed the rich, not the more vulnerable. Or at least the pregnant. Like, god dang. Bro. He could probably tell. Ugh. Well, I guess that does make you an easy target. Not my brain working like a criminal. Oops. Well, I'm glad you're safe. It's so sad about the 400 pesos, though. I hope that guy gets the day that he deserved, and then some. How do you get robbed? Like, you got pushed down. He takes your purse, and then he just runs. No one else is around to like do anything about it. Dang, unlucky. I mean, on any other day, I would have just punched him. But since I'm pregnant, I couldn't do anything. Ugh. I really hope that guy gets the day that he deserved. Like getting hit by a train or something. I don't know. Anyway. We got higher and higher on the climb. My legs were on fire every other step. I don't know what the highest staircase y'all ever climbed, but this was a very high staircase. This was a very tall staircase. It was a mountain of a staircase, literally. And it winded left and right, up and down, over, horizontal, vertical. There were some steps that had such high, like, steps. I felt my knee up to my chest with how high I was raising my legs just to get to the other step. I was holding onto the railings for dear life, not just because I was at the edge of a cliff, but because my legs were literally giving out on me. It was such a strange feeling to be consistently sweating and consistently hot, but also consistently cold. Because even though we were in a mountain, the trees were so high that the canopy blocked out any sun. But when you get to those cliff sides where it's just clear view of the island, the wind would just breeze through you like a gentle fan. It wasn't like the type of wind that would knock you over. It was literally just a breeze, and that's enough to cool your entire sweaty body. He came up to me, asked where the closest market was, grabbed my purse, pushed me to the ground with his leg, and then ran off. Ugh. The desperation some people have, dang. I'm glad you're safe, genuinely. I never got robbed. I'm very grateful for that. But also, like, the desperation to do that to a pregnant lady of all things. Dang. I'm glad you're safe, genuinely. Well, aside for the monkeys, I don't remember any lizards from that climb. I know there were lizards. I know I saw some lizards, but I guess they moved too fast to leave a lasting impression, because the monkeys really left an impression on me. It was the way they opened lollipops, I think. It frightened me but impressed me as well. It was amazing. We got all the way up to the top. Everyone was resting. Like, the moment you see like that final station, you're like, oh, thank goodness, just a little bit more. You just crawl. I never ended up on all fours, but it felt like I was dragging my feet. They were so heavy. My lower body, my whole body in general, but my lower body specifically felt so heavy. It felt like I was dragging weights behind me. It felt like my soles were weights behind me. But we got to the top where there was like a view deck overlooking the entire island through the ocean, see the horizon, and there's a railing over there, right? And me and everyone was taking pictures. Everyone was standing in front of the sign. Everyone was like doing the tourist picture of like standing with the view and like standing in front of the sign and standing like in front of another sign that goes like, I survived, or I conquered, or I'm here, I'm on top of the world, whatever. And I was like, okay, I just spent 1.5, 2 hours of my life suffocatingly tired climbing up here. How do I make this the most memorable I could possibly make it? I climbed up the rails, I sat on top of it, nothing but cliffside behind me and like thousands of feet of falling below me, and told them, take this picture quickly. And they took the picture, screaming at me all the while to be careful. And I just said, hurry up! I'm gonna take this picture, or so help me. And yeah, got the pic, rested a bit, and then we went back down. We were late for the second part of the itinerary. That's our bad. We were hungry. We didn't have breakfast. Apparently, it wasn't advisable to eat before a climb, or like don't drink coffee or soda or anything that makes you pee a lot. So we just drank water the entire time. And when we got down, we thought, oh, the ride's gonna take a bit. Maybe we can get like a cup noodle or something. So we ordered like a cup noodle, but the ride came before we could even look for hot water. So we packed the cup noodles into our bags, and sweaty, stinky, disgustingly, that's how I felt, rode in a car full of very well groomed professional individuals. And I got told that there's no time. We have to go to the docks. We have to catch those boats. And so and we had to go. So we went. Fresh from climbing a mountain, we went. And that was the first time I ever hiked in my entire life.